Mobile Lives and Fishes, we serve the most vulnerable in our city, the lost, the outcasts, the despised, those who are living on the fringes of our city. I get to witness every single day the transformation that happens when people come out to Community First Village, and we empower people into a lifestyle of service with the homeless. When I think about how I have helped to let good grow, it's very hard for me to single just a specific story from Community First Village, and it goes from anything from an 8-year-old boy who will home bake cookies and bring them out in a basket that he wants to serve to the neighbors, to a 90-year-old grandmother who called her family and informed them that a piece of their inheritance would be used to lift up a chronically homeless individual into a home. And so I get to witness and have these kinds of conversations every single day. So to be able to promote and share our vision of development and what we believe is critical to making this Community First Village happen, and to be able to stand in front of 1,000 people in a room and promote my team. Everything that the Mobile Lives and Fishes family has done is an honor, and it's truly an honor.
Supporting my community means fulfilling my duty as a citizen of that community. I've lived in Austin for the last 15 years and have had the privilege of calling it home, and what makes Austin the home that it is are the people and the community within it. One of the ways that I've let good grow in the community is by coming up alongside a couple of peers with KIP Night Out. It's an event that 4 years ago didn't exist. As a volunteer for KIP Austin Public Schools and a committee member, we were constantly trying to come up with different ways that we could raise awareness and raise dollars for KIP Austin. We went from 300 people to 500 people, and we went from raising around $150,000 to raising over $300,000. I look at this as the most direct form of investment in my community, in that I'm investing from the ground up. These are kids that are going to grow up into, hopefully, what will be the future leaders of our community.
We believe in leading through purpose. That means taking a leadership role in communities where our employees work and live. It's important for us to give back in a number of ways. Engaging our employees and inspiring our employees to give back in the community is really important to us, as well as making strategic investments with organizations that we care about and have long-term relationships with. We invest in several areas in the community. One is environmental organizations, also arts and cultural organizations, basic needs organizations, and then strategic investments with K through 12 school districts in our areas. We listen to the leaders in the community. We're listening to nonprofits and organizations. We're able to better understand how we can make an impact, how we can let good grow. For example, with Breakthrough Central Texas, we were the early funders to establish, is there a need for us to increase the number of first-generation college students going? How can we do that? What's the best organization to do that? We provided seed funding to Breakthrough Central Texas. They have now expanded into at least 3 different school districts. They've increased graduation rates in all the schools that they're engaged with and involved in. The important piece for us is leading with purpose. It's understanding that as a leader in the industry, it's about leading in the community where we work and where our employees live.
When we look at our local communities and support, it strengthens the healthcare of the community, it strengthens the economy of the community, and it really gives us more of a personal touch locally. We love the small to medium-sized organizations, kind of the farm team we call them. We can start off with small buckets of love. Maybe we give $5,000 the first year and product for the fundraising. But then we would build a program. So we like to get our hands dirty, so to speak, and do fundraising programs, whether it's through social media, whether it's through giving our assets to raise more money. So we can give a check, but it means more to us to become more active with the charity. Hurricane Harvey, we were really on call about 4 days before the storm hit. So we met with American Red Cross on Thursday. We began preparing. The storm hit Saturday night. And so by Sunday, we had an online link up to raise money for Hurricane Harvey. So we raised a pretty good amount, probably close to about $130,000 overall. Our giving is very much like our brand. We're just kind of low-key. We're laid back. We don't like to be in the spotlight. We just like to do what's right.
By giving back, you really hope that you can bridge the gap there and allow people to enjoy the same privileges as yourself and really just have all the opportunities possible so they can pursue their passions and their interests without being stopped by any challenges. Through my time at Livestrong and my time on the team Cyclists Combating Cancer, I've let good grow really in the ways that I've contributed to Livestrong. So initially, when I became involved with Livestrong, I was 5 years old and I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. In the beginning stages, there was a lot of Livestrong giving to me. That inspired me a whole lot. I was really introduced to this community, and I made the goal, sitting in a hospital bed in intensive care, just a few days after my diagnosis, to become involved with Livestrong. And then eventually my dad and I talked and we said, well, what we want to do is we want to raise $32,000. We want to get the highest level of achievement in fundraising for Livestrong, which is a pretty aggressive goal for the first year, especially for a 5-year-old. That first year, we actually did end up reaching the goal of the yellow jersey for $30,000, $32,000. It was fantastic. I am incredibly thankful.
What it means for the St. David's Foundation to support this community is that we are an organization focused on improving the health and well-being of those in most need in our community. We love supporting the folks who depend on us through all the clinics we support, all the nonprofits we support. They are serving our community to the greatest of their ability. And that means a lot for us because that's what we're here for.
In terms of letting good grow, St. David's Foundation is attempting to do that every day of the year. And if you look at the major capital projects that we've been involved in the last 5 years, one of our guiding principles is we don't want to own a capital project, but we want to inspire others to be a part of that capital project. So whether it's Manos de Cristo or Central Texas Food Bank or Meals on Wheels or a new clinic at People's Community Clinic, we will make a significant investment. But we don't want to own the project. We want the rest of Philanthropy and the rest of the community to step up and help. And then another example of letting good grow is Amplify Austin. So we know that our match and their publicity of that match and our organizations leveraging our dollars has let good grow in this community.
What it means to me to support our community goes back to the roles I've been playing in my retirement, serving on a number of boards, which have given me the opportunity to continue to pursue my core passion, supporting public education and serving the neediest in our community. My experience in letting good grow perhaps can best be exemplified in work I did at the Christie Center. When you look at this school-based grief intervention services, you've got to have a certified counselor. So finding the retired people who are going to donate their time, and I'm so proud to say, 24 individuals, retired counselors and social workers, are donating their time to give 6 to 8 individual counseling sessions to each child who suffers a loss, with so many well-deserving individuals in the hundreds of organizations who are doing terrific work every day. It is just very humbling to receive this.
We've been very, very blessed in our adult lives, very, very fortunate to be surrounded by so many good people. It's our responsibility to use those blessings to the benefit of our community.
Especially with our family, and it's so important with our children, to us, that they feel this desire, not just need, but desire to help others.
Well, one of the ways Let Good Grow has impacted our lives, and we think have impacted the lives of hopefully many now and many children to come, is our commitment to Dell Children's inpatient embedded mental health unit. We put together a challenge grant that we came out with and we announced at the gala right around a year ago. We challenged the Central Texas community to meet the Maxwell Family Challenge Grant. We feel like Let Good Grow is not only about using your treasures, but it's using your talents, it's using your persuasion and letting that grow out of something more than just bringing treasures to the table.